Hi, I'm Kyle Noonan.
And I'm Teresa Frosini, and this is Local Fare. It's a question we've all asked our spouse or significant other. Where would you like to go eat tonight? Well, this program will give you some ideas of what's hot and what's not in DFW dining, and lets you in on the conversation discussing what three ordinary diners thought about their experiences at three places that they consider their favorites.
That's right, Teresa. No professional restaurant critics here, just ordinary people like you and me. We've really got a varied lineup of food on the menu tonight, so let's see what's cooking this week right here on Local Fare. We're here at Bowl & Barrel, which happens to be one of my personal favorite Dallas hotspots, where you can bowl, eat, and drink at one of Dallas's newest and most popular establishments. Whether it's a date, a group, or even a corporate event, Bowl & Barrel promises to be an afternoon or evening of fun. And it's the perfect place for our reviewers to get together and talk about this week's restaurants. Here's Teresa with this week's guests.
Okay, so this week we've brought in three people from the DFW area who suggested their favorite restaurant for the other two to go for a visit. Come back here and tell us what they think. Our guests this week are Brix Casserly, a mortgage broker from Lakewood. He suggested HG Supply Company. Emily Eisenhower, a marketer from Dallas, and her favorite restaurant is Shinsei. And Leah Kuntz is a CPA from Las Colinas, who wanted the rest of the group to try Rex's Seafood Market.
We'll start this week with a place that keeps it simple and gets back to the basics. It's called HG Supply, and they serve all natural, healthful foods.
Hi, my name is Elias Pope. I'm the managing partner here at HG Supply Company, located on Greenville Avenue. What we do is we wanted something that was easily recognizable when you saw the menu. Keep the menu simple, nachos, burgers, things like that, and add steaks, seafood, chicken, pork. We use local meats like Windy Meadows Chicken, 44 Ranch. We get a ton of stuff from Matt at Local Yokel. He does a great job of sourcing all natural products from around town. Hartley Ranch and Genesis and all these great purveyors that provide us all of our proteins. And then we're on the lookout for great vegetables and different things like that, depending on the season. It's about all natural, great food that fuels your day. It's about a bar program that pays homage to the classics, that focuses on great flavors by great producers, and then an environment that promotes camaraderie. It's a natural neighborhood bar and grill.
Okay, Brix, you chose HG Supply, a new restaurant. What makes you like this one?
Well, it's in a great area that's revitalizing, Lower Greenville. It's got a great menu. I find it's difficult to go out to restaurants and really eat healthy, and I was surprised to find out. I didn't know that it was based on the paleo diet the first time I went. It's a great meal, and then you find out it's actually really healthy.
Excellent, great. So, Leah, talk about your experience there.
So I'd agree. I was worried when I saw this on the list because I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be such a guy place. So my husband's going to be thrilled, but what am I going to be able to eat? It does. Yeah. But I was really impressed. When we walked in, we started with the appetizers, and they've got a nice little hummus with vegetables that came out. It was absolutely delicious, and it had a slice of bacon to dip in, which my husband loved as well. But it kind of had like an Austin vibe to me. It seemed like a place that you would find down on 6th Street, just very open and airy, kind of a good group place.
Excellent. What did you have for your meal? You did appetizers.
So I went with the beef, and so I got the ribeye with the rosemary rub, and it was absolutely delicious. But I must say, my husband got the filet, so I had to have some of his, and it easily could compete with some of the top steakhouses in Dallas. So yes, I loved it.
Now, did you have dessert or drinks or anything else there?
Oh gosh, we had some drink.
She's like, oh gosh, here we go.
We had something called the Moscow Mule that comes out in this little copper cup, and it was.
Do you get to keep the cup? Is it
competitive? No. You should. It was yummy. It had a nice little kick to it, so it was absolutely fabulous. But I come to find out, I think that's one of the drinks that they're known for.
Have you had that one before,
I have, yeah, it's great.
Did you take the cup?
I did not take the cup. I might next time now. That's a good idea.
I didn't take the cup. I didn't take the cup.
All right, Emily, talk about your experience there.
You know, I was really impressed. I had some of the same concerns. I thought it would probably be more of a type of a restaurant that would attract more men. I'm not a huge meat eater. But I was actually really impressed. I liked the casual atmosphere. Thought it was very high quality food, especially for the price point. And I'm a huge health nut, so I'm always very impressed when you have reasonably priced food that's also really healthy. And it's a fun, casual environment. I love the neighborhood where they're really starting to bring up the standards of what's there.
Were you able to find something that wasn't meat and that you could get there?
Absolutely. I ended up having a quinoa salad and a tuna salad for an entree, and it was really great. And my date had the duck, so I did have some of that, which isn't something I normally order, but it was excellent. Absolutely fantastic. I loved everything about it. It was great.
It sounds like they've got a pretty diverse menu when you go there. What's your favorite? I didn't get to ask you.
I get the build your own bowl, which is with quinoa, seared tuna, and baby artichoke hearts.
I want to go back and try that because I'm kind of bummed I didn't try the bowl.
It's really amazing.
It seems like they're known for that.
It's very reasonably priced. It's really fresh. It's my go-to place now.
So it's a great date place. You said you went with a date. That's the type of atmosphere, but yet still reasonable.
I think it's a good group place. It can get kind of loud, so if you've got a bunch of friends that you want to go sit down at a big open air table, it seems like it'd be a really fun group night.
I definitely took it for the type of environment where it would be fun to take a big group because it's a fun environment. But yet it's also health conscious because I feel like a lot of the more fun type venues aren't always as health focused, and so I really like that.
I did too.
Let's rate this one, okay? I'm going to start with you, Leo. On a scale from 1 to 5, how would you rate this with value, atmosphere, and the food?
I'd give it a 4.5. I thought it was great. I really liked it.
Okay.
I also would give it a 4.5. It was definitely great. It's not a neighborhood that I typically go to, but it's definitely something I would go out of the way to go back to.
Great, great. Rick?
I'd give it a 5. The environment, the vibe, the food, all of it. It's the whole package for me.
Excellent. Sounds like a great place. Sounds like great. Thanks for recommending that, Rex.
You bet.
When we come back, we'll visit a Pan-Asian restaurant whose name means new beginning. Stay with us.
Well, I always recommend they have to have the fried rice, and they should really have the Brussels sprouts.
If you're looking for a truly unique entertainment experience, look no further than Bowl & Barrel, Dallas' only modern American restaurant and tavern complete with 15 state-of-the-art bowling lanes. Whether it's a casual date, a private party, or a corporate event, Bowl & Barrel is a great way to spend an afternoon or evening and the place everyone will be talking about the next day. Great food, great drinks, and great bowling. What are you waiting for? Let's roll. Bowl & Barrel, 8084 Park Lane, Dallas.
Welcome back to Local Fare, where we take 3 regular DFW restaurant goers, have them suggest their favorite restaurants, and then have the other 2 go for a visit. Then they all come back and tell us what they think. Emily Eisenhower says Shinsei is a hip place serving traditional Asian food with a Texas flair.
Hi, my name is Lene Fearing, and I'm one of the owners of Shinsei Restaurant, along with my partner, Tracy Rathbun, and it's located at 7713 Inwood Road. It's sophisticated but comfortable, family-friendly, upscale Pan-Asian with the traditional sushi bar. For people who come for the first time, they have to have the fried rice. We always almost make people have it. Everybody loves to have our Brussels sprouts, which those 2 things, there are 2 highest selling items. We have a Korean barbecue night, then we have a Peking duck night, then we have traditional sashimi and sushi rolls. We have amazing wine lists. Then we have some specialty cocktails. We have our usual drinks that everybody loves that we've had since we opened, but we have a new general manager and she's brought in these delicious new cocktails.
Okay, Emily, talk about Shinsei. That's one of your favorite restaurants.
It is. It's one of my absolute favorite restaurants in the Dallas area. I've been a longtime fan. I enjoy it. I often know a lot of people there. It feels kind of like a neighborhood restaurant that not everybody knows about, but it's absolutely one of the best. I know a lot of the food there, but they've also got a lot of great seating areas. There's a fun bar. There's a private dining area. There's the upstairs area, so that's always really nice.
Sounds like a great atmosphere.
Yeah,
then.
it is. It's a fun atmosphere. I also enjoy, you can casually sit at the bar. I also enjoy that it's really great to share food there. So a lot of times you can share sushi or you can get smaller plates and share. So I really enjoy that. It makes for a fun social environment. One of my favorite dishes is the Brussels sprouts and shrimp salad. It's absolutely to die for. It's got a ton of flavor. And one thing I really like about their restaurant is it's very healthy, but it still has a ton of flavor.
Brooks, had you been there before?
I hadn't.
Okay.
I'm a big sushi fan. Know a lot of the restaurants around town, and this one really blew my mind with how many different things they have that are just really unique creations.
And usually if you're a big fan of sushi, you know the places to go and the places that you don't necessarily like. So to say that. Now, what kinds of things did you try on the menu there?
Well, the Hawaiian sashimi was really amazing. Isn't it great?
Oh my gosh,
I mean,
it's my favorite.
I think that's what, to me, said this is a really good place.
My mouth starts watering as soon as they set it on the table. It's so good.
So with basil, little tiny banana chips.
Yes.
I think it had some.
It's got like a hibiscus vinegar that it sits in.
I mean, it was fantastic.
It is so good.
I could have eaten like 5 of them.
Really?
Yeah, that was really good.
And everything is so fresh. I love that.
Yes.
You've got to have good quality, fresh sushi or sashimi. If you're going to do it, it's got to be good.
Now, what were some of the small? Was there other things besides the sushi or sashimi that you tried when you were there, Brooks?
Well, I tried the roasted Brussels sprouts and the Thai fried rice. Both were good. The Brussels sprouts I thought were a little salty.
Okay.
But they were. I love Brussels sprouts, so they were good. But I think it was Canina's crispy rice. It's almost like spicy tuna on a little hush puppy, but it's crispy rice, and man, they're amazing. You know, it's not hard to go to places and get the standard thing that every restaurant has, but they had some really different, interesting choices.
Besides the Brussels sprouts being a little bit salty, any other downside that you saw to it?
Great service. I mentioned I hadn't been there before. I wanted to try a sampling of their most representative dishes.
Good.
Waiter named Casey just said, "No, here's what you want," and he just basically almost, ordered for me, and it was fantastic.
Oh, wonderful. So I know that you had the Hawaiian.
Yes.
Tell me what else that you had out there.
We had a tuna sashimi as well that was absolutely delicious. It totally melted in your mouth. It's one of the best pieces of tuna I've ever had. But we branched out a little bit just to see, is there something there if you don't like fish, what would you eat? And they had a chicken jalapeno popper appetizer that was really good. It had a little bit of spice to it, and then some lobster tacos. We tried that. But the best thing of all, we tried dessert, which I've never tried at Shinsei, and they have a seasonal pumpkin bread pudding. It was fabulous. I could have gone swimming in that dish. I had to push it over to my husband and say, please take it. My trainer might watch this. And so I only had 2 bites, I promise. But it was worth it. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely delicious. The best bread pudding I've ever had in my life.
Really? And you would not think that, really, from a sushi place.
I left really stuffed.
So let's talk about value and rate this one as well on a scale from 1 to 5. Let me start with you, Leah, since we just got off bread pudding.
Without a doubt, it's a 5. I love this restaurant. I absolutely love it. It's a little pricey. So you need to know you're just getting a few bites of food, but for the unique sushi experience, it's worth every penny.
Okay. Good date night place,
Absolutely.
Then, it sounds like. Okay.
Absolutely.
Brooks?
Yeah, Leah said it. It's a little bit of a special occasion splurge. Or it's not, inexpensive, but it's worth it.
How would you rate that one?
I mean, 4.5. I don't know. It probably is a 5.
It's
but
up there.
I don't want to give 2 5s. It's really good. It's really good.
Got it. Perfect. Yeah. And I know that you loved it.
Yeah,
how would you rate that?
Absolutely would give it a 5. I agree. The food is just absolutely decadent. It's a fun environment. For a price point, I know you guys say you felt like it was a little bit more pricey. I really don't feel like it is, because if you compare it to other top-end, sushi restaurants in Dallas, it's actually probably a little bit of a lower price point, so I think it's very reasonable and moderate. But they've also got a wonderful selection of sakis, and no, I love it. So.
Sounds like a great place. Emily, thanks so much for recommending that to us. When we come back, we'll visit a Park City favorite that's part market and part restaurant that comes together for one interesting and tasty dining experience.
Oysters, I kind of pride myself on because I bring in a lot of beautiful oysters from the East Coast.
If you're looking for a truly unique entertainment experience, look no further than Bowl & Barrel, Dallas' only modern American restaurant and tavern complete with 15 state-of-the-art bowling lanes. Whether it's a casual date, a private party, or a corporate event, Bowl and Barrel is a great way to spend an afternoon or evening, and the place everyone will be talking about the next day. Great food, great drinks, and great bowling. What are you waiting for? Let's roll. Bowl and Barrel, 8084 Park Lane, Dallas.
Welcome back. We have one more restaurant to discuss this week, and it was suggested by Leah Kuntz, who says, for the food at Rex's Seafood Market to be any fresher, you'd have to be a fisherman yourself.
Hi there, my name is Rex Bellamy. I am the owner of Rex's Seafood, located in Dallas, Texas, at 5200 West Lovers Lane. Rex's Seafood Market has the best variety and the freshest fish available in the Dallas market. Our seafood is flown in every day, 6 days a week. I'm closed on Sundays. Everything you see in that case comes in every morning. We have a lunch menu and a dinner menu. About 95% of our fish is grilled. We carry Henry's homemade ice cream. He makes the best ice cream in Dallas. We make homemade key lime pie, homemade bread pudding, homemade fudge pie. It's a very casual restaurant. I have people that come in shorts and flip-flops, or they come in suit and ties. And you're gonna get the same kind of service you get as going to your so-called five-star restaurant. And the food you're gonna get here is gonna be better seafood than any place in Dallas.
All right, let's talk seafood, Leah. Tell me about Rex's Seafood.
I love Rex's. So I grew up in a small town in Texas, and this reminds me of one of the restaurants that you'd walk in and find on a town square in this little small town. From the chalkboard where they've got all of the specials written up. It's just a small little restaurant, not fancy at all, but you can find some of the freshest seafood in Dallas without paying those premium restaurant prices. It's absolutely delicious.
What's your favorite item then?
My favorite item, we love these ahi tuna towers, and the one at Rex's is absolutely spectacular. They mix in crab and lobster, cucumber, mango, and it is just to die for. One of the best that we've ever had.
Brooks, I see you. You're like, yes.
I didn't have it, but I'm thinking I'm going to call Leah before I go eat anywhere from now on.
It is so good. What did you have when you went to Rex's?
The best thing I had was the creamy jalapeno crab soup. And then I had grilled scallops, and my friend had halibut. Everything was fantastic. Really fresh, really good, no complaints.
And had you heard of it before?
I'd heard of it. I used to live near it, and I'd been by, but I had never been in. I don't know why, it didn't hit my radar.
It started out as a fish market, so the great thing is if you like what you ate for dinner, just run by the fish market, pick up a piece and take it home and cook something at home. So it's fabulous.
And the minute you walk in, you can tell. It smells so fresh.
Yeah. Interesting. Emily, tell me about your experience there.
Well, I live in the area, so I'm a big fan. I think it's absolutely wonderful to be able to just stop in and pick up fresh fish that's, you know, amazing, good quality, and also just grab a bite to eat casually. I agree that, you know, it's wonderful. I'm a huge seafood lover, so it's nice to be able to go somewhere where you don't have to pay the top-end prices for steak and seafood restaurants. But it's absolutely wonderful. It's a nice casual environment. It's fun. You can also take home and have something for dinner the next night. So I love that.
Did you try something different? It sounds like you'd been there before. So did you try something different since you were going in with sort of as a foodie reviewer in mind?
You know, I'm such a fish lover. So I had the chili and sea bass. I don't know that that's out of the norm for me, but I did try the clam chowder, which was new. So it's all wonderful. Loved it.
Any desserts that anybody had or any drink specialties?
We did. We took our next door neighbors, and they'd never been before, and my next door neighbor is a big wine fan.
Okay.
And I thought they were so nice to accommodate her. They let her do several mini tastings to figure out which bottle that she wanted to actually buy for the table.
Good to know. The next time you go. Bricks again is like, I'm taking
It's beer and wine only, but I thought that was really nice that they answered every question and let her taste everything.
What is it like at lunch versus dinner? Is there a difference that you?
I think lunch gets pretty crowded.
Okay.
So yeah, just know that you might want to go a little bit early. I've always had reservations when I've gone for dinner. They move the crowd through pretty quick.
Okay.
Again, it's very small, so if you don't have reservations, you might have to wait just a little bit. But
and you had mentioned the parking was a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they did. The valet guys did a great job with it.
Okay.
That when you first pull in, you're not quite sure how that's going to go.
Got it.
I wanted to add one thing. They did a great job on the vegetables too. I mean, broccolini and you know, I know I mean, really.
Die for. It's in between a salad and a sautéed spinach, and it is so delicious.
Yeah. I mean, nothing was not really perfect, honestly.
It was great.
Nice. All right, shall we rate this one and see what we think? Okay, let's start with you, Emily. I know that this is something that you are regular, that you go to. How would you rate this now, looking at it as a reviewer now?
You know, I give it a 4.5, and the only reason I don't give it a 5 because I think the quality of the food is incredible. It's just because there's a really long wait, but you know, it's popular, so it's worth the wait.
Now, if you want to do takeout, no wait there, right? You go in if you want to prepare it, but you have to prepare it then yourself.
Yes, correct.
Got it. Okay. How about for you, Briggs?
I do a 4.5 only because of that reason. There's really not anywhere to wait, so you have to wait, and there's not really anywhere to wait.
Got it. Okay.
I give it a 5. I love it. It's my restaurant. So.
Wonderful. Well, and enough said. How about that? Thanks so much, Leah.
Thank you.
Stay with us. When we come back, our restaurant expert, Kyle Noonan, and I will recap the 3 restaurants we discussed this week and tell you about next week's visits. Stay with us.
If you're looking for a truly unique entertainment experience, look no further than Bowl and Barrel, Dallas' only modern American restaurant and tavern complete with 15 state-of-the-art bowling lanes. Whether it's a casual date, a private party, or a corporate event, Bowl and Barrel is a great way to spend an afternoon or evening and the place everyone will be talking about the next day. Great food, great drinks, and great bowling. What are you waiting for? Let's roll. Bowl and Barrel, 8084 Park Lane, Dallas.
3 more great restaurants. HG Supply is a newer restaurant that they seem to all enjoy.
HG Supply is very unique because of the paleo thing. Meat and potatoes, though, every guy is naturally drawn to that.
Sure.
But it is actually a great place for women to go eat too, because you can eat healthy, you eat lean, and it's a quality product. But I do want to say one thing. We talked about the Moscow Mule, the copper cup.
Yes.
Don't take the copper cup.
Don't
take the copper cup. Please, I speak for all restaurateurs. Those things are expensive.
So buy your own copper cup.
Bring your own copper cup.
They're not commemorative.
There you go.
Don't get the cup. All right, let's talk about also 2 seafood restaurants. And they seemed extremely fresh. They both love Shinsei and also Rex's seafood.
Yeah, you know, people don't think of seafood when they think of Texas or Dallas in particular, but it's really a shame because Dallas is beautifully located right in the middle of the country where we can get seafood from the East Coast, from the West Coast, and from the Gulf.
Sure.
And so there is real great access to seafood here, and we probably don't get enough credit as a city and as a marketplace for the seafood selection that we do have. People a lot of times think it's fresh if you live right by the water.
Right.
But a lot of times you're not getting it right from the water that's right next to you. You're getting it trucked in or shipped in or flown in anyway. So, but yeah, Dallas has great access to seafood, and I encourage the consumer to go out and try some more seafood.
All right, Kyle, thanks so much. Next week on Local Fare, we visit 3 more of Dallas-Fort Worth's hot spots for lunch and dinner, all suggested and reviewed by viewers just like you.
And if you would like to be a guest on Local Fare, visit our website at localfaredfw.com and click on Be a Guest Reviewer. That's all for this week. Thank you for joining us, and get out and enjoy your local fare. We'll see you next week.